voltamos aí às sessões de stream, desta vez com algumas novidades, nomeadamente agora como estão a ver o Disco Elysium. Um título que já anda há algum tempo, tem caído no esquecimento over and over again, infelizmente. Mas agora quando li, porque eu não tenho tido tempo para jogar muita coisa, como podem ver pela ausência de streams. Mas ao ler uns artigos, identifiquei meio que uma perspectiva. Ou melhor, encontrei dois artigos, um deles a dizer que o Disco Elysium era capaz de ser dos jogos mais relevantes na última década na indústria dos videojogos. E eu já tinha tido um feedback bastante positivo do nosso grande amigo Piromante, a nível de recomendação. Isto é here to verify your save, bro. Fucking hell. E depois o outro que era acerca do abordar aos seus tipo RPGs que realmente primam pelo diálogo e pela narrativa, que é uma coisa que me agrada sempre bastante, e isto é capaz de estar um bocado alto, não é? Aí está, está lá no 30. E disse que o Elysium vem lá como topo do topo, em que envolve ainda política e pronto, é muito mais à base da narrativa, do diálogo, que é uma coisa que eu adoro. Aliás, Planescape Torment para mim continua no topo de RPGs. Pode ser que eu disse que o Elysium agora o remova de lá, não sei. Não faço a mínima ideia do que é que espera a nível da história. Não sei se isto é sci-fi ou se é fantasy. Eu não diria nada. Estou a ver as imagens que estão a passar por aqui e não dá para perceber o que é. Mas pronto, vamos desbravar. Isto é literalmente a primeira vez. Não sei porque é que nem dá para fazer logo. Não há save, não há nada. Settings, anti-aliasing. Dynamic shadows on, shader quality brilliant, ok, English and English. Assume switch languages in game. De veras que não vou dar a carregar no Q e no L. Tutorial agent, hardcore mode, detective mode. Detective mode, active interact version, characters in the game, highlight. Ok, fixe. Isso dá jeito. Em vez de não gastar sempre a carregar naquela tecla para ver se há alguma coisa que tenha dificuldade. Streamer mode. Replace certain copyright piece of music with alternative tracks safe for streaming. É fodido. Epá, mas tem que ser. A gente não pode dar aí barraco. Caralho. With Twitch integration, streamers can create polls so their viewers can influence gameplay. Isto é como no Baldur's Gate, mas não vou meter isto. Se fizer uma segunda run, sim, mas a primeira quero uma caga para a vossa opinião, lamento. Mas pronto, vamos então desbravar este pequeno grande prazer que é poder jogar um bocadinho sem ter qualquer tipo de stress com o trabalho. New game então. Thinker, extreme intelligence, very bad with people, knows interesting facts, comes up with original ideas. Isto. Psych, your powers to influence yourself and others. Isto é aquilo que eu quero. Physique, how well your body is built. Motorics, how well you move your body. Plus encyclopedia. Eu não sei se... Physical interacts with the world through his body, gets things done, but dumb as a rock. Very psychological, a magnetic personality, but unstable. Might begin to lose his mind. Ooh. Yes. Ok, manga. Valeu, pá. Grande obrigado. Porra, finalmente, a ver se conseguimos manter aqui as streams. Vamos ver se as coisas mudam agora. Mas vá, bom trabalho. Obrigado por teres dado em lá. Bem, create your own. Pá, porque a mim não me parece nada bem ter... Eu, physical não é uma coisa que me agrada muito. Eu aqui gosto mesmo de explorar as opções de diálogo. E eu não percebo, é porque é que um thinker não tem capacidade de diálogo. É demasiado tempo a reminar nas ideias, é. Adjust abilities, intellect, terrible, weak, genius! Ok. Raw brain power, how smart you are, sensitive, how emotionally intelligent you are. That's so cool. Adoro isto. Adoro isto. O que é que eu faço aqui? Eu não sei até que ponto é que isto poderá ser relevante, mas. Eu acho que estou numa de ser carismático e inteligente e. Terrible! Weak. Pá, eu não gosto de extremos, portanto. Acho que vou deixar isto assim. Average brain power and great psych. Não sei mesmo. Olha, vamos à aventura. Não sei o que é aqui mais relevante. Foda-se, o que é isto? Set skill. Logic, gosto, ok. Rhetoric, drama. Effectively, the skill you select will gain a +1 bonus. Additionally, the learning cap of your skill of the same type will be raised by +1. Savoir-faire. Pelo menos. Bem, eu diria que temos que. Que é isto? Inland Empire. Hunches and good feelings, dreams in waking life. Info. Ok. Cool for dreamers, paranatural investigators, mental creators. Inland Empire is the unfiltered wellspring of imagination, emotion for both. Fuck my life, meu. Este jogo já está qualquer coisa. It enables you to grope your way through invisible dimensions of reality, gaining insight into which side can't see what's really going. At the high levels, Inland Empire animates the inanimates. You'll have conversations with your clothing, conversations that may change the course of the investigation if you're not run into the loony bin first. With low Inland Empire, however, you'll be void of imagination and character, and then how will you shape the cosmos? If you're not in the loony bin first. Okay, what is volition? Cool force, sane people, well-adjusted cops, the non-suicidal. What the fuck? Que é isto, meu? Alguém andou aqui a fazer um trabalho e tanto a nível de psicologia barra sociologia, sem dúvida. Ok, que é isto? Volition. Volition urges you to be a good guy to others and yourself. It enables you to resist temptation. Be it in a bottle, já não está a saber bem. Unbell, which promises oblivion. Volition gives you the will to finish the investigation, improving your morale. One of the two health pools in the game. Okay. At high levels, Volition makes you hyper sane. When you're about to get funky, it keeps you normal. It's a bit of a party pooper. At low levels, however, you'll have little morale. Without it, you'll be a profoundly unstable cop, falling apart at the seams as you make irreversible mistakes. Empathy. Cool for judges of character, interviewers, interrogators. Gosto. Empathy breaks into the souls of others and forces you to feel what's inside. It enables you to notice social cues others may miss, perhaps a hidden sadness you could coax out a little more, a strange joy from someone who should be bereaved, or a hidden resentment that could return to harm you later. At high levels, empathy really puts you in other people's shoes. You'll cry for their sorrows, punch walls to relieve their angers, and be even more unstable cop. With low empathy, however, you'll be an ungainly beast unable to talk to anyone without upsetting them. Adoro isto, meu. Estou a adorar, estou a gostar bem já. Mas isso ainda não percebi. Então nós somos um polícia, é isso? É o personagem principal do jogo? Porque todas as opções estão sempre a dizer que you'll be unstable or a sane cop. Authority. Cool for leaders, experts of psychological warfare. Ok, I like it. Respect junkies. Authority urges you to assert and reassert your dominance over all those around. It enables you to understand the power dynamics of groups of thugs, know how far you can push a perpetrator, how to establish control of situations. At high levels, authority demands respect. Even a perceived slight could send you into knee-breaking mode. With a low authority, however, you're forever in awkward situations, like when you suffer psychological breakdowns after you yell at teenagers and they laugh at you. Esprit de corps. Isto é uma empresa francesa que fez isto? Ou Montreal, se calhar, talvez, no Quebec? Cool for cops, cop aficionados, pretend cops. First cops is the very spirit of policing the cop guys. It enables you to understand their blue soul sisters and brothers not only by picking up subtle signals from your partner, but by witnessing flash sights in. At high levels, you'll be very hard to the police force, not only willing to, but be able to oblige to take full for your partner. Obliged to do fuck that shit. No, este já foi. Suggestion. Cool for diplomats, charmers, sociopaths. Até agora, não sei se o empathy ou o suggestion. O authority também é fixe. Mas acho que o empathy. A ser é que tu não podes maximizar, porque senão é como os gajos dizem, já estás a sofrer com os problemas dos outros. Okay, suggestion urges a soft power approach. If people think they want what you want, you've already won. This skill enables you to implant ideas into the minds of others. You can make the citizens like you more. You can make gangsters turn on each other, too. Many crime rings have been broken by just a little doubt, after all. At high level, suggestion makes you a foul to everyone, more resistant to their charms in turn. But all that schmoozing and oozing charm will make you slimy. And you'll know it, even if no one else does. With low levels of suggestion, though, you'll have difficulty getting any kind of rapport with others. You'll be alone, both during the day and then at night. Eu acho que vou para o suggestion. Agora estou curioso também para ver aqui porque é o logic. Cool for analysts, pure rationalists, obviously logicians. Logic urges you to analyze the living daylights out of the case. It enables you to piece evidence together, detect inconsistencies in statements. It's the bread and butter of many a detective. At high levels, logic will be able to solve even the most complicated puzzle. You will be very proud and does like a factory. For those blinded by their own brilliance, often miss important clues. With low levels of logic, you're going to have a hard time solving even the simplest puzzle. Okay. That's an encyclopedia, makes you trivia freaks. Lima, pá, escolheste este, caramba. Se estiveres a ver isto. Rhetoric. Cool for ideology. Ideologues, conversationalists will be politicians. Fish. Debate and pick and win. Enables it to break. At high levels, rhetoric will make you an impressive politician beast, one whose beliefs are impenetrable. Which is to say, one whose mind will not change and who will calcify it. No, you'll have a hard time shooting down any argument. Nailing people to their testimonies will be impossible. Drama. Drama's rather insufferable thespian, one prone to hysterics and bouts of paranoia. For to know the world is a stage is to know that truth is a vanity. However, with low drama you cannot lie, or discern when others lie. And the cop who can't do either is the cop who's soon going to be lying 6 feet under. Conceptualization. Eu adoro isto, estou a curtir bem bem. Ok. Isto quer dizer que então nós só podemos aumentar... Estou a perceber, ok. Como nós temos 3, só podemos aumentar 3 níveis neste. Got it. Ok. Cool for creative psychedelic fanciers, critics. Yeah. No wonder I fell in love. Because there's a special role in plays. Well, not a role in cop, but an art cop. It enables you to make fresh associations to delve into world concepts. Go big, perhaps too big. It substantially demanding grand displays. Why live life when you can throw yourself into a live volcano? At levels, however, you'll be able see the world in a creative light. Okay. Visual calculus. Ooh. Forensic scientists, tactical fighters, math-minded people. It makes the world reveal its secrets to you, but you may be so absorbed by your mind they ramble. Their pants, so Everett loves your mind. Be blind. Reconstruction crime scenes will be difficult without outside help. Ok, eu acho que o suggestion é sem dúvida. Chama-me and play the Puppet Master. Alright. So, suggestion makes you a fable level. De repente estes já chegam com 6 também, é? Okay. Pai, não estou a perceber. Ah, não. Ok. Confirm. Era só isto? The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Leave the clearest water if they left home. True.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Simply keep on non-existing.
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Isto faz lembrar aquele do diálogo do Benedito del Toro no Sin City.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. All of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Foda-se, o que é que se passa aqui, meu?
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
No, I want to get off now. I like pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me. But
Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough.
Look, there is I am tired of being this type of animal. And who gives a shit?
Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over. The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the soul, bloated man meter like a fly to the ointment. Your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
You can take it. You're a champion.
Volition. Shit. I have no idea what I'm doing. There's the head attached to my neck and I'm in it. You can take it to the gym.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
O que é que se passa neste jogo? Estás a com uma grande bobadeira. Ok. Estou a chegar com uma bobadeira, vou-te contar, oh mano. Hold tab to highlight. Ok.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Ok, mas eu, por exemplo, e gasto é que uma ressaca do caralho. Eletrochemistry não me interessa. Aí a moral deste homem! A moral do humano! Posso falar com... Quem?
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
Uma garrafa?
Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it?
Yes.
The cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Ok, fixe. Curti bué já. Curti bué. Estás a cá com uma ressaca, eu vou-te contar, ó. Mandei. Oi, espera lá, o que era aquilo? Officer Profile Incomplete, né? Aliás, esta imagem ainda está toda fodida. Olha a gravata.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or Has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning, the necktie is no longer contained. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. Your eyes burn with photosensitivity. It's not good.
Vai pro foot. Uma grande jardel na noite anterior. Aí, menos uma suggestion, estás a ver? Agora que a gente precisa mais um.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions. As you slowly reach your hand to abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Então, mas se o meu próprio ser está a dizer para.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
Estamos com medo.
Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off.
Shit.
What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
It's an expression of pain.
Please promise yourself you are not going to try it on any of the ladies, whatever happens. You liar. You can't even tell the truth to yourself. Go ahead. Try something. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Impossible.
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Cool. Que atrofio? Mas estou a questionar. O que é isto? Estamos armados em palhaço, é isso? Conceptualization dá jeito, era uma das coisas que eu gostava de explorar, sem dúvida. Mas como é que a gente vai para fora? Seems like two shoes over and should find instrument as well and now. Sim, mas para abrir. Eu lembro-me que eu tinha dito. É lá, dá para correr afinal. Não, fuck. Aham. Que é isto? Smell the sea cities.
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet like two baby crocodiles. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Nice. Porra, mas um load só para vir a uma varanda. Bem, acabaram com essa. Loan Moral, eu nem sequer vi isto. Pelo que eu percebi, só posso receber 2 de dano, é isso? Oh, moral.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Miss Orange Disco Dancer.
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Because you're a police officer, sir.
Goddamn right.
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Eu posso depois voltar a isto? Não sei.
Could it be because of the drinking? Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police
A
officer.
glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself.
A fondness for contradictory statements.
Não é true.
Extraordinary.
Extraordinary. Bora, vamos tentar.
Try the expression. Come on, why are you still doing this?
Alcohol raises testosterone levels, especially in men. The levels remain elevated after inebriation ends and the pain begins. You seek comfort. It's only natural.
She puts out her cigarette. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
And now, it never stops. Goodbye.
Não, eu penso lá que. Mas já, com a ressaca toda.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside, a tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Isto estou a falar com ela ou estou a falar comigo mesmo? Já não sei.
The door does not.
The door probably thinks you're a has-been loser too. You feel your funny necktie becoming tighter and tighter around your neck.
Still no answer. The door is. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Ok. Não vamos fazer break-in entry. Pelo menos pensei que ainda fosse open invitation. Mas ok, somos um polícia alcoólico. Ok, aqui música ao vivo. Karaoke. Karaoke.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Exactly. It's measured, level-headed, and it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry. No. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
Mas eu não recebi ainda agora o. Qualquer coisa para dar mais health. Ah, ok.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room? You're right, you didn't, and it's only taken you 3 days not to. No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it. Most likely on a wall. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. Mm-hmm.
Ok. Portanto, estamos no inverno.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does. You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. He is your half-brother.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
2 steps closer to.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Right. And the interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body is still...
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious
where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General. Internal affairs, and I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation. Yes. They are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
Okay.
Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down. After you, officer.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops.
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
Are you kidding me? It's you. It's obviously you. You smell like liquor. You're orange.
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? You've been waiting for a week.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we
Isto
are
me
here
lembra
to do
mesmo
job.
muito Plain
And for us
Skip
to do
curtiu é.
it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
For a moment, the cafeteria manager fidgets under the lieutenant's gaze. Then he gives in.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to
been
keep an eye on
certain
the
fish.
place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes?
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective. I have everything. You?
Yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would? Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. She went away because none of your business. Extra fine.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination. But
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
no, don't listen to him. It's madness. Just talk.
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him! No one is saying that! No one is saying that Ty can talk! That would be ludicrous! It's just that you should arrest him! It would be wiser! He wants to take your money!
The lieutenant watches you fiddle with your horrific tie. Sweat stains forming
If you don't have the money, it's okay. None of us are in this for the wages.
That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
But what exactly is money?
What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use... Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
Yes, it is. No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real. Yes, it is.
For a moment, his antipathy is overcome by compassion for the sheer smallness of the money.
Oh.
Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have?
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I'll take my chances on the street.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. Why did you say that?
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place? A saying. Up on Marvel Hill, a great high place. One that is impossible to climb back to.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
True. Hobocop.
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Que é isto? Thought Cabinet. Temporary research bonus. Research time 6 hours. Problem. Let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across. Portanto, isto agora fica a resolver, é isso?
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Olha aqui ban. Banido.
A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in...
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. I can assure nothing like that will happen. Do you know why not? Because it's not part of reality.
So desperately mundane. You need to funk this case up. There's something the lieutenant isn't seeing. The universe is too irrational, too morally complex. You should convince him.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. That's good. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Good.
Convince Kim there's a sexy dark mystery twist in this case. Bora.
Only banal things strike you. At the core, you're a very banal person, one you should be ashamed of. It's no wonder the soft one doesn't want it back. It was right to abandon you. No response. He just arches his brow.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles. Focus on other people's troubles, not your own. That is a relief.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to... That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I guess you don't need glasses, then. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul, so was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolary state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're barking at the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
He's glad to have shut down your question.
Oh, there's mystery there.
No.
The lieutenant nods.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic. But this isn't an old school case.
So what? That makes you the new school? For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook. That's where his conversations with himself take place. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
Está tão bom, meu. Estou a curtir bem.
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the jamrock. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers. I don't know. Containers contain, I guess. I'm making a...
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
Ok, então o que é que a gente tem que fazer? This, you just need superstitious to throw up on the project. Okay. Victim's body.
Hello again, sweetie. I see you've met up with your colleague.
The lieutenant wait. Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money? Sit to be in the chair.
Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no...
now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie. Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place. Perhaps another time. Yes, dear.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
No, dear. I'm not quite that old, although I was injured in the line of duty. Nothing so glamorous, dear. Though when I was young, I dreamt of planting the Revacholian flag on some figurative peak. I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and, well, once I happened to be under some... I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays. No problem.
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely...
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
Oh my. You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located? We're in the city of Revachol, dear. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? There. The year is 51, and spring has only just started.
The lieutenant studies you. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Grades are being used to control people's minds and distort their perception of reality. Há mais?
Nope. Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control. under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own. Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides,
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
a defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. It has something to do with everything.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
You didn't do too well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things.
A sigh. The lieutenant.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so...
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Sweetie needs money.
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your...
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth.
Suggestion.
You must be joking. Although our pay does sometimes feel like...
It's not easy to assert your right to a decent living wage when you don't have a strong union behind you.
Interesting idea. This Everard sounds powerful. Maybe you can wrangle some coins out of his pocket. Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I...
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas-relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, San Baptiste, Summer 31, Dinghy Races.
It's easy. You bring a valuable item to a pawnbroker, who then gives you money for it. You can get it back later. Cross the plaza and follow the road along the coast. Down by the water, there'll be a shack nestled against an old stone facade. That's the pawn shop. An old friend of my husband's goes there often. He said, oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but I suppose it would be nice to get it back. Of course, dear.
Ainda fomos tirar o pino à mulher, meu. Ok, dá-me 3. Portanto, é nas traseiras está lá o corpo. Isto está muito fixe, não estava à espera. Pensava que fosse, sei lá, mesmo pelo Landscape Tournament ao início também tens a parte do combate. Se calhar agora vamos nos encontrar, não sei. Ai, Deus. Fuck the police. Pigs go home. Vamos lá falar com esta.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all. Of course. What can I help you with? Me? I am just a gardener. I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get...
There's discomfort. She stops mid-sentence.
Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale. Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning. She shifts in her seat awkwardly.
Of course. Where to? It's there. In the yard, right through the hole in... What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called...
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements, not the harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store too. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident. Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some... No problem. Of course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Ok, temos que ir investigar o rei do corpo, não é? Já temos. Foda-se.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
E foda-se, temos que ficar ao mesmo.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid, there's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still. Maybe you're prioritizing it.
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too. What do you mean, feel? I agree. We should get someone from the remote viewers division. All the detectives from all the precincts who experience extrasensory perception go to the remote viewers division. Their work is invaluable to the force. None, because they don't exist. There isn't, but we should still access this container. We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably...
Para ver se o que é relevante. Acho que isto tem mais a ver com a maneira como nos apresentam o jogo.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it...
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep...
Why? to keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors, too. They put their trash there, and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only...
Well, yes. Us and the...
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container? We should return to the case of your mistaken identity at a later time, officer. This was about the
What for? Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. What thing? What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must. Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest, and they come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're...
He hates the union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
I don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the offering of services to paying customers, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain myself to you.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
Okay.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm Mas é, isto é mais assim point and click, não sei se calhar isto é efetivamente pancadaria. Mas não é preciso, não é preciso. O diálogo é super interessante e esta voz dentro da nossa cabeça está qualquer coisa de fenomenal, sem dúvida. E a gravata. Ai, não me admira que...
This Treshkin with a well-oiled crack. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it, some pasta. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty. Or empty. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there?
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
The fuck's he...
See?
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime or worse. Official notes sometimes contain informants' names, even undercover operatives.
I don't know, man. Sounds like an order I didn't take notes.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron, only in its social sensibility.
Mm-hmm.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Use interact button in inventory to inspect the item.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed away mug that you dug out of the garbage? But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work?
Oh. Nice. Damaged ledger.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back. It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself. And then it's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it's not though. It's toilet paper. Still wet, the toilet paper, I mean kitchen tissue, sorry, peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger and voila, the ledger now looks marginally better. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information...
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing papers. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
God knows I've made my share. He tries not to think of them. Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them, up close.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers, again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. Too fat, shiny. It's downright incriminating. He has little choice but to give you one, although he really does not want to. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for it.
No, actually. Any ideas?
The fears are at home in the mirror. Shit on a stick.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
New skill points. Oh.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Peraí, posso vir aqui assim do nada, é? Não sei se estou a perceber muito bem isto. E pouco eu estou a perceber, nós temos aqui 5 skill points, não é? Ah, não. Okay, isto varia. Não, lá estamos. Ok. Epá, não sei mesmo para onde é que vou. Merda, suggestion and empathy é fodido. Dreams in waking life. Ah. A minha questão é como. Eu acho que vou fazer suggestion e drama. Agora não sei se devo maximizar uns primeiro ou não. Não faço a mínima ideia. Um bocado perdido. Porque eu vejo estes dois a complementarem-se. Não sei mesmo. Olha, não sei. Empatia também é bom. Eu acho que vou trabalhar a minha psyche primeiro. E nós aqui podíamos ter então.
It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
Nice.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottom, you don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields.
Passamos uma multa, isto é uma corrupção.
These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel better.
Ah, merda, foda-se. Sabia lá que
The
se podia
rest
ganhar
of the
assim
stinking
help.
cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. Is not what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens. Then you bend it some. The ledger quivers in your hand. As it shakes, the pages rustle. This pathetic mess suddenly afraid of you for some reason.
Ok. Mas então não vou curar este de certeza. Só ali ver do café e já volto. Estou com este caralho! Aquilo ainda está ali a bombar, portanto não vou já dar aqui início, senão já sei que vou ter que interromper. Eventualmente. Mas porra, o raio do jogo está bem bom. Meu. Curto bem quando as coisas se mantêm assim muito à base do diálogo e da análise e da narrativa em geral. Adoro. E depois lá está, não tens aquela sensação que é apenas uma. Que é apenas uma. Ai. Agora falta uma palavra. Pronto, que é apenas uma aventura. Point and click, lá está. Tipo, é um RPG, vais evoluindo, vais tomando medidas, vais evoluindo umas coisas aqui, outras acolá. Muito fixe mesmo. Muito fixe mesmo. Mas bueno, só agora dei à espera do café. E para isso preciso da minha chave. Ora bem. Volta. Ora, Disco Elysium. Let's carry on. Devíamos estar a gravar isto como deve ser, não é? Digo. Place. Então não dá para fazer. Ok. Deixa-me ver aqui.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in. I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
Okay.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy Kuno.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about. I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Oh.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces, you will see.
The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
What? What now?
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got. Kuno's Kuno, pig? The fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno...
He looks slightly confused, but proud he came up with that retort. But right as he's getting distracted, you hear a malevolent hiss from behind the fence.
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you. Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help! He's digging his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pig's in here, Kuno! Somebody, please! No one? Kuno's doing this because he likes it, pig.
This is where Kuno establishes dominance over you.
Help! The pig's gagging him! Kuno can't speak!
You put him up to this yourself when you decided to...
Listen to your friend.
You're fucking losing it, you...
Help, people! The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno in the ass! Help! Misters, help!
He's having the time of his life. Total ecstasy. Fuck the pig.
He's flashing Kuno! He's showing his genitals! If you don't help Kuno now, it'll be No! Get off Kuno, you sick fat fuck!
Não estou a perceber, é 17% para nós ultrapassarmos? It cannot be retried.
Look, I know you wanted to hit me. You got that I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up look that Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rage look. I can. Kuno can smell that violent shit. I know what you were thinking. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna shut his shit down. You're nothing. You're a joke to Kuno. Kuno laughs at you. King!
Backing up was a bad idea. Now he thinks he's established dominance over you.
Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch! You're gonna be in this shit with Kuno!
No, you're not. We can just leave.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever!
A peepo is a type of hat, by the way.
You don't talk to me about my fucking peeper. You don't know where I come from. You just Kuno's bottom bitch.
Okay. Kuno is kind to his bitch. Ask your questions, but remember, this changes shit.
Click, 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 click.
Será que...
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you whispering about.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay?
Oh, demos a volta aos gajos.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
It's okay. The pig's trying to pit us against each other. Not gonna let him do that.
That's it. You let him off the line. That was a bad, manipulative thing to say. You should understand. I got you this far. I couldn't get you all the way.
Try to fuck my Kuno. Try to fuck my Kuno away. Me and Kuno are tight. We ride for life.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
Trying to fuck at the Kuno. Trying to fuck at me. Trying to fuck. Kuno only gets higher. It's faster, faster, faster. Can't take the Kuno. Stay out of the reactor.
Kuno gonna fuck you up. Up, up, up.
Normal is not what we got here. You've got to work with what you have for now.
Shitload pig. What?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
You have no idea what the usual is. Just ask whatever comes.
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Já falamos.
Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty...
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
You're testing Kuno's...
Get lost,
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it? Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. Listen, listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real. Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around. except for that up there. Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in me. Believe it, you need this shit.
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are
Coach
tartan
Physical Instrument.
They will also make you into an idiot.
Ah.
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for falling anyway, pig. The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you picked it after the mug fucker? Cause he's the clothes fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if...
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my
She's smart.
Kuno.
Yeah, get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't...
Muito fixe. Muito fixe. Grande interação. Get the reality lowdown. The Union is in the Union box. Ask her. Get in front of Kinima's headlights to read the halogen watermarks. What is Kinima's?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43.
Ainda não é muito claro, tipo, os upgrades às habilidades.
Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
Ou seja, não percebemos qual é que é o impacto e isto aumenta em quanta porcentagem.
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it. in a strange, beautiful way. Seven, the glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8, and yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
Alguém está a mancar.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? A woman or a kid? Okay. How do you know?
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
Understood. Anything else? 200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
Exatamente.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Extremely obese person.
Possibly, yes. Interesting. Let's name it the old soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
I don't know why I said that. We are not looking for a drummer. We are looking...
The lieutenant clearly appreciates the chance to clear up the drummer issue himself.
Yeah, percebi. Adoro esta cena, mas está muito bem feito.
Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear on the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
He doesn't seem to hear you, looking south toward the traffic jam.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent. A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Revachol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
Isto é muitas coisas para interagir. Temos X de dinheiro, 60 cêntimos.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because it's nice and orderly, well-laid pallets. No, there's more to this. You get this strange feeling. Hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. Especially, it's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack. The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to... You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
É que eu não percebo se o very low é... Ou seja, é a nossa probabilidade de sucesso ou é a nível de dificuldade? Legendary. Acho que é.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected, more fever than odor. It fills your mind.
Yeah.
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. If you can handle the headache, some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor. I can't handle the headache.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Ok. Então temos que ir resolver a questão. Nós temos uma parte e ainda não controlamos.
Hello again, officer. How are things? Sure, I'm done with them. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible head.
There he still is.
Mas como é que eu uso isto? Não estou a perceber como é que se usa. Vamos. Nós não devíamos ter uma coisa para as... Não estou a perceber.
Yes?
There, he still is.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of the second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Precisamos a vir a vomitar.
Nor does the wind right now.
The weight is reassuring, like a krenel on solid fortification.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder. I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough. I think I've lost my sense of smell. Not being hungover helps too. No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers. You need to get your shit together. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now. Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Equip and complete volumetric shit compressor thought. Your shit is apart. Holy crap, there's a Mazovian socioeconomics regular law official. Holy crap. Há tantos. Ok, podemos ir falar com o barman para saber quem é que foi meter as coisas no lixo, digo eu. Disco Elysium, que surpresa.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. I think fugue states are more your forte, officer. Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene. The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
Yes? Absolutely out of the question.
You wait and see, cafeteria manager. Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Não, ainda não dá para ir à cozinha. Era partida uma, não era? Já não me lembro. Epá, mas eu tenho que ir ver se vou ainda lá fora ou não. Tentar ser um bocado merdoso, umas cenas combinadas para as 5, mas aí tenho que começar a preparar para às 4 dar a fuga. Ok. Bem, pessoal, acho que por agora vamos ter que ficar por aqui. Podemos voltar em breve ou não? Já se vê. Mas para já não vai dar para mais. Portanto, isto vai para o menu ou vai para o desktop? Não importa. Mas olha, muito fixe mesmo. Estou a gostar bem. Já há muito tempo que não havia assim uma coisa que me prendesse tanto. Pessoal, até já. Grandes abraços. Tchau, tchau.